Hey folks, welcome to Economic Observations. Today is June 1st, and yes, I'm still wearing a wool sweater and a turtleneck. It was really cold over the weekend and rainy, and the weather should be changing tomorrow, thankfully. Once again, this video is sponsored by the Tanzania School Foundation. There are links below how you can support a small, struggling nonprofit in the description below. And thank you so much for watching. Today we're going to talk about EIDL and SBA. All right, the Small Business Association has been offering loans to businesses throughout the pandemic. But over the past 6 weeks, as the country reopens, businesses around the country, gig workers, self-employed, contractors, anybody that can apply for this SBA loan they have been inundated with requests, and every request that goes through the SBA has to be vetted through the IRS. And with tax season just ending, the IRS is inundated with not only processing all the tax returns, but processing all these SBA loans. And it has taken a very long time. The Tanzania School Foundation requested a loan approximately 2 weeks ago, and it is being processed. It doesn't even say it's approved yet. It's just in the process. I just got off the phone with the SBA, and they told me they can't give me a time frame. It's all contingent on the IRS. And this IRS vetting is because of all the fraud that happened earlier with these SBA loans. Now that everything is delayed, it's making it much harder for some small businesses to get back to work. Let's face it, if you had a music venue or you ran conferences or booked live events, your business has been devastated over the past 14 months. Think of a music agency or a booking agency or a musician or a roadie or someone who sells things at large gatherings, right? So not only do you have all of the events and everybody that has been hurt, there are so many others along the way. Everyone always talks about restaurants and having them restart. And I understand it is really, really hard for a restaurant. They are curbing their menus. They can't hire workers. We're fortunate at the Tanzania School Foundation. It's basically a volunteer-run organization. But we have $400 in our bank, and we need this SBA loan more than ever. We also got an invitation for an EIDL targeted grant. They used our mailing address, which is accessible to our board, and it is across the street, literally across the street from a low-income community, and it was rejected. We have requested that they reconsider because our physical address isn't a low-income community, and it is taking weeks for the reconsideration. We are waiting for a loan officer to contact us because we need that grant desperately. There are businesses all across this country that are in desperate need. We saw thousands of businesses shutter throughout the year, but there are 1,000 more that are this close to shuttering, sleepless at night, wondering how they're going to pay their staff, wondering how they're going to pay their rent. So many businesses have yet to pay their rent in months. And then we have the foreclosure and the eviction moratoriums ending. What's going to happen on June 30th, folks? These businesses are struggling to survive. And I was reading an article today that subscriptions are up, a $1.5 trillion business in subscriptions, whether it be Peloton or Disney or Hulu or Amazon Prime, all large companies. But I urge people, if you have a subscription, why not make it to a small organization or a small business? Businesses that really need your support right now. The weather's getting nice. Don't sit at home and watch that Disney Channel any longer. The world is opening up. Save your money. Make a $5 donation to a charity. Support a local business. So many people are hurting. Unemployment is ending in 25 states this month. What are those small businesses going to do? They've been barely able to hang on and pay their business expenses, and they haven't taken a paycheck yet. Many of them can't. And their loan request is held up in the SBA for months, processing as they wait for the IRS to vet them. We're going to see a lot more trouble ahead, and we are not through this. Like I said, the Tanzania School Foundation is hurting. We put our insurance on hold last year because we had no events. But now that the world's opening up, we have a lot of bills we have to pay. Other businesses have the same problem. Just be cognizant. Just because some people did really, really well during this pandemic, so many more are hurting. And with the worker shortage, it's only going to get worse. I was reading an article in the Washington Post about childcare centers. With so many people working from home, all those that make a decent salary that can afford the high cost of childcare have not needed childcare. They have kept their children at home. There has been no after-school daycare, and the average worker at a childcare center makes $11 an hour. They need to be trained, and they need to have certain licenses. And there aren't enough of those skilled workers who are willing to do it for $11 an hour. Just think, if you have children in daycare, you entrust your child to someone earning $11 an hour? How much would you pay a babysitter to come to your house? These are things that will never recover in America. People need to go back to work. People need to go back to the office. I was also watching a Financial Times YouTube video with a few CEOs, COOs from various banks in London and in New York. All of them unequivocally said, we want our people back in the office. We want them back in the office. Enough of working from home. How can you have a junior analyst working from home when they need the mentorship of a senior person? How can a junior lawyer become a senior lawyer without being exposed on a daily basis to someone with more experience? How can people grow? People at home, do you really want to do the same job you're doing today in 5 years? Sure, it might be easy and it might be routine and you can do it from home. But many people want advancement. They want that next promotion. They want the next great raise. But the only way you can do it is if you're in the office, collaborating and sharing ideas and learning from one another, showing the skill set that you really have. Childcare centers need to function again. They got a one-time infusion to assist them, but a one-time infusion can't help them. They need ongoing support because let's face it, the only people that need childcare are the people with these crappy service industry jobs. Be kind to people. Have empathy. And if you did have a good job throughout this whole pandemic and you're financially secure and you saved your money and you've prepared for the collapse that's eventually going to come, be kind. You know, millions of people lost their jobs over the past year. They were labeled redundant. Anyway, millions of people are still trying to get on their feet. And we are a long way from recovery. And although everyone talks like it, the world is fully back to the way it's supposed to be. It's not true. It's not true by a long shot. And there's a lot of people that it's going to take a lot more time to get back on their feet. So be kind, folks. If you'd like to support the Tanzania School Foundation, even for free, there's an Amazon link below that you can link your Amazon account, and Amazon will donate 1% of all your purchases to our organization. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a great day, and let's hope for warmer weather tomorrow. Thanks for watching.